I want to express how we cannot evolve without our connection to nature. As a species, as a collective, as spiritual beings, we cannot evolve without our connection to nature. I've been to the city in Atlanta and see people like living in the city, living in their high rises, hopping in their like BMWs and going to work and living that every day. And I know as like a society, we aspire naturally, not all of us, but a lot of us are programmed to aspire to crave materialism and like just exist solely in that world. You know, I'm not by any means rejecting materialism. I obviously have materials. I like nice shit, but we cannot, as a collective consciousness, be completely ingrained in technology and artificial realms and artificial creations. We as a society have to have nature at the forefront of our growth and our evolution as a people, or we're not going to go far at all.
Flowers coming back, it's time to spring up. Split up from the bitter with no prenup. Sometimes it feel cool to feel it low. Then I realized that I've been here once before.
Spring's officially here, and we're going to be going over some spiritual guideposts for re-emerging and reconnecting with nature during this season. The excerpts are from a book called Intro to Nature, a creative field guide and journal. It's from the people over at the Mindfulness Project. We're just going to be diving a little bit deeper into the goal, or into the guidepost that we're reading, giving some personal experience and some personal testimony of how we reconnect with nature, how we reintegrate and kind of shake off that previous season energy, you know.
Depression. Anchor in the body. It says, let your body always be your home base. Gather your attention in any given moment by simply tuning into the sensations of your body and breath. Practice this to ground. Are you going to just show it, or like you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'm going to show it, but yeah, you can read it and I'll put it up also.
Okay.
Let me just start over. Yeah.
Anchor in the body, the first guidepost. Let your body always be your home base. Gather your attention in any given moment by simply attuning into the sensations of your body and breath. Practice this to ground yourself before and while you are connecting with nature. Your senses are the gateway to taking it all in. This is just a breakdown of what the most sincerest form of presence is. Being in the body, being connected to the body. Because I know a lot of times we pride ourselves in not being connected to the body, being more than the body. But the body is the vessel. The body is the vehicle in which we experience this reality. And honestly, it is a blessing. As much of a burden as it feels sometimes, it's your avatar, it's your temple, it's your altar also. So it's just like tuning into it, you know, being present, being into the senses, you know, actually like tuning into the senses. And that's funny, we're just talking about that, just feeling the senses, being present with your senses, taking notice of your senses, and how the nature that surrounds you is like a subtlety of your senses. You know what I mean? You get to like tap into it. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Straight up extension. Like
literally.
Yeah.
Literally an extension. So it's just a practice of like just being present, being in tune to the subtleties of nature, and like slowing down, being in your body, and actually being one with your body, you know, for a change. Just being into it. Number 2, stay curious. Explore the natural world with an open mind. Our tendency is often to race past everything we think we already know. But even the familiar can surprise you if you stay open to discovery. Try bringing an attitude of curiosity to each exercise and each encounter. Bro, you can literally use that. You can literally use that guidepost. Matter of fact, the other way around. I could literally use these little, what would you call these?
little, I guess flowers. I mean, I don't know. They're not flowers really though. They're just like little. Damn, these shits look like things from another planet.
Damn, you said it. Yes, you fucking said it. That's literally how I feel. Like I'm looking at it and it just looks like.
Shit look like an alien. Like it has antennas.
It has antennas, like, right?
This shit, damn, hold on, nah, this is crazy though. It's actually crazy.
It's crazy.
Like,
That's what I was saying like 30 minutes ago. I picked up one. I was like, nah, this is actually insane. It looks like a house. Not like it looks like a place where beings can exist on. You ever like seen Avatar? It kind of looks like where smaller beings can like, you know, it has levels to it. It's like
it does.
The intricacies of nature is nothing to just bypass. Like I think everyone thinks of nature as such a simple thing, or it's just like a very just raw flatline based thing, you know. But because we're so used to like human constructs and like all the excitement and dopamine that comes with it, that we just really overlook the intricacies of this, and we miss the curiosity and the wonder that comes with just, it's so much. This is just one thing and it's amazing. Just, it's so much. Like you don't even see it. I know we just look at it and it just looks like, okay, you can,
but this shit is very intentional.
Yes,
though. Like I mean, even these trees, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you notice right off the bat, like, oh, that's a perfect location. Like look at how it just overall enhances what's going on. That's a very subtle like thing to notice.
But important.
Like so important.
Thanks.
And it's not like it's even like providing a service. It's just like it's just being, and then we can come be with it. That's like the most
selfless, giving, loving.
What?
Yeah.
What? That is just the pure gift of unconditional love.
Thanks. So yeah, let's not bypass that. You know, that's pretty much what that guidepost is.
Number 3, just be. If you are not used to it, spending time in nature can feel like a waste of time, unless you are on your way somewhere. It will take practice to slow down and settle into just being in nature. I kind of look at this in a few different ways, but in totality, it's like turning off our internal timers. You know, when we settle into anything, it's like we're automatically thinking, well, when are we gonna leave? Like, I'll stay out here maybe like an hour. Like, I'll give myself a little bit of time. It's like we have to learn to like shut that off and just really be in presence with nature. Really tune into having the 5D experience. By doing that, believe me, you're not missing anything. Like, you're not missing anything. Time is passing at the same time that you're in presence. If anything, you're gaining everything. You're gaining the complete experience of what nature can offer you, what just being and allowing yourself to settle in can offer you. I think that's like, damn, there's kids like just playing out here. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty cool. I like seeing like families bring, this shit's nice. Their internal timers are like completely off. That's a crazy thing. Like they're out here enjoying this shit for what it is. Home is not on the mind. Errands are not on the mind. Places to go are not on the mind. They're just like, damn, I'm out here and I'm frolicking. I'm with the people I love and we're just enjoying ourselves. It's a nice day. I feel like that's the presence that we just have to have when we're like integrating ourselves into nature.
It's a timeless space.
Yeah.
It's it's a timeless vacuum. It's just like you just exist in it. You have to resonate with it. You know, you can't bring that human shit to this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because then it's really not gonna make sense. Yeah. You're really gonna be ready to go.
Right. And you're gonna miss the whole point. So.
Number 4, go with the flow. Sometimes the condition of our experience in and with nature might not be exactly as we would like. Practice allowing and accepting things just as they are. So, perfect example of this, like I've woken up so many times, or not even woken up, but like the day before, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be 65 and sunny. I know exactly what I'm about to do. And the weather app just fucking betrays me. It's like, and I wake up and it's a little bit cloudier than I would like. It's a little bit more chilly. I might have to bring like a flannel or like a blanket or something. It's just not, maybe the conditions are not exactly as ideal as I thought it would be.
Right.
And it's just like adapting to that, you know? Or I'll go somewhere and I think I'm about to be in complete silence and I'll hear a dog bark, or I'll hear people playing, or I'll hear loud music. And it's just like kind of shutting off that expectation of what you thought it was about to be and accepting what it actually is right here in this moment. I've done many meditations in nature where I just literally focus on all the sounds that are going on around me. And it's a different type of tuning in. It's a different type of presence. It's a different type of connection. This might not be as ideal as I wanted it to be, but it's okay, all in all. There's ways around it.
Yeah.
You know,
there's still a practice of acceptance within it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite meditations, just to listen and hone in everything that's happening around you.
It could be anything too.
Yeah.
It could be cars, like it could
yeah,
be, you know, just machinery,
yeah.
things that like just
it's
feel
tough. That's
yeah.
tough, but yeah.
You know, but then when you come out of it, you're like, oh, like you remember, like I'm back in nature though. Like I'm back here.
I want to say, like, because that's the opposite of what our mind usually does. Like that, just to touch on that specific meditation of just embracing all the sounds around you.
We usually block out.
We usually block. Yeah, when you're thinking, you're not. You know, nothing's coming in when you're thinking. You're not allowing like your channel to be open to more. You know, to something outside of just your own thinking and perspective. So it's very helpful to just listen and accept.
100%.
Number 5, know by heart. To connect with nature, you don't have to seek answers or comprehension. Just let it reveal itself to you in an experiential way, which offers a different way of knowing. I feel like you'll find a lot of times the things you need to know aren't in the seeking of an answer. I think your ability to know more is not in a means of retaining knowledge or answers, but just being open in general. Having an open channel, just like having a wonder, you know what I mean? A curiosity to
allowing
life
things
itself.
to flow within you, you know, without like the barrier between I need to go learn something.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go study something.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm already open to those things.
Right. And I feel like, because a lot of people who do a lot of research and study and knowledge, they become only open to the answers in which they're seeking. You know, that's it, you know, and the knowledge they found from their studies and their research, rather than just having a broad perspective, because they're just open and someone can present them with new information that maybe even contradicted, or that foresaw the past information or the past belief systems that they had, and then they're not able to grow beyond it. Nature will teach you that for sure. If you're anybody who's tuned into the subtleties of nature is naturally going to be an intelligent person. You're just naturally going to grow more intelligent, because nature is speaking a language beyond just like knowledge and information. It's information in a way, but it's speaking beyond the way in which we're usually gaining knowledge in the human way. You know what I mean? Like it goes beyond that. It's speaking on a different level. So
like I watched you in real time gain knowledge from looking at this and being able to expand upon the feeling of looking at this and what kind of information that provided for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not something there's no way we could have looked this up and been like,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, we didn't need to know what's
what are the
name
subtleties of this. Like, it's like,
exactly.
That shit's cool, bro. That shit's so cool.
Exactly. Number 6, just trust. Trust your instincts and your inner wisdom. Recognize the interconnectedness of things and your place within it all. Right here in this moment, and this one, and this one, and this one. we the I have to show you this. But did you ever see like that nigga? Did you ever see that video? It was the intro to a video with him and Rick Ross. Like they got pulled over or something, and like they got pulled over on the highway, and the cop knocked on the window, and he rolled the Rick Ross rolled the window down. It was just a gust of smoke that just came out. He was like, "What? How can I help you, sir?" And then he was like, I think he asked him something, and then DJ Khaled was in the passenger seat. He was like, "We the best." Like, he was like, "Why you pull?" Like he was like, "We the best." Like, how dare you pull us over? And this nigga Rick Ross got out the car. You know, he was like, you know, I guess about the rest of us. So he got out the car and fucking ran and just jumped off the fucking highway into some water. It was a stunt, man. Like, you could tell it wasn't Rick Ross. He just jumped into the water. It was like, he was like, "We ain't never gonna die," or some shit. It was just like, what? It didn't make sense.
What are you talking about, bro?
I just need you to see it.
Man, you must be new or something, man. We the best, man.
I don't know what DJ Khaled's job is. I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. He doesn't produce any music.
No.
He doesn't make music vocally.
No.
Like, that shit's crazy. He doesn't do a damn thing.
He curates it.
That's it. Like, just, I mean, I do that though.
Yeah, oh God, oh God.
Fuck? Like,
I don't get how you could come up into the industry with doing
that's
that.
What I'm
like
saying.
that's yeah,
like, bro, it was so many songs. Like, it's so many bangers, like hits. Like, what the fuck from the 2000s and shit. Like, I'm like, oh, you did like some like organizing, like, or some. I don't get how they would pay him like an equal amount to do that.
Exactly.
Like, how would his name get so synonymous in the industry? Like, oh, you got DJ Khaled. Oh shit, like that's crazy.
Nigga who?
At least DJ Drama gives some like personality and some skit type shit on people's records. Like, I don't know, man. I don't get it.
No, I understand. The whole time I thought he was producing up until like 2 years ago.
That's what I thought too. I was like, oh, he makes these beats, obviously, right? Like,
no, he makes
inviting the artists.
He makes people make the beats.
And it takes the credit. It's like, this is my album.
DJ Khaled! Like, how you just yell on the track like you could, like, what the fuck? How you just gonna be the first nigga to introduce yourself like the disrespect, bro. Yeah, this one is simple, you know, just pretty much just trusting, just being one with it all, pretty much. It's like you trust in, to be honestly, like trusting in your inner wisdom and the interconnectedness to it all allows you to have a greater sense of protection. That's why I've come to find, like, when I affirm to myself every day that I am like guided, I am protected, it's because it's not by the tool.
Yeah.
It's not by the strap, you know what I mean?
It's not by that at all.
It's not by the, like, you know, the pocket knife. It's not by the hands, you know what I mean? It's like, it really is just like, I trust the universe.
It's cradling me right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm
nurturing me and like, and having my best timelines in mind, you know, my best interests in mind, and shit, even if it doesn't feel that way, it's just trusting even more in that, you know. It's a practice of enabling that trust. So, I mean, you see, nature is the most prosperous thing on the planet. I don't see anything prospering more than nature, honestly, besides when we chop it down and whatever. But
when we use it to prosper.
When we use it to prosper, exactly. But nah, yeah, it's prospering. So you trust in that. You trust that you're prospering with it, and that you're protected with it, and that you're moving for it in the same law in which it's moving, which is natural law, universal law. So,
Number 7 is take care. It is important to feel safe and comfortable. Yeah. When you engage with nature, make your basic needs a priority. Ensure you are warm enough and have the necessary food, water, cushions, blankets, and information you need. Know your limits and be kind to yourself. This is important because I have definitely been in positions where I'm just not prepared. Like, I'll forget my water, I'll forget my fucking yoga mat, or just whatever I need to sit on, and just out of being, you know, moving in a hasty way, moving in like I'm ready to get to the destination type of way. But making sure you have the necessary things to be comfortable in nature is key. You don't want to be in a position where you gotta go get some shit. That's not fun. You don't want to take yourself out of the out of the wonderment. You know, I respect. I remember when Aria was telling us about camping trip, and she was just like, "Yeah, I wouldn't do it again because I just didn't enjoy the overall experience of being outside overnight. Like, it just wasn't comfortable for me." And I respected that. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know your limits. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's as respectable and as understanding of yourself as you can get. You want to do things that feel intuitive for you. You know, you want to invest in things to enhance your experience.
Damn, you know what's funny? That's ironic because as much of as a nature person as I am, everyone knows that I actually don't enjoy like camping overnight.
Yeah.
I actually don't enjoy doing it like in a tent. You know, that's not like enjoyable for me personally. You know, I don't actually enjoy it that much. Then that's like me knowing my limit.
Just knowing yourself, knowing what you personally enjoy and get out of situations. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not like nobody's gonna be like, oh, you don't like camp, you're not a real nature boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, nah. I mean, I get it. I definitely feel that.
I've slept outside though, ironically. Like outside of the tent. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Maybe it was camping trip.
Was it camping trip?
Yeah. No, I meant like maybe it was just camping trip that made me not want to be in the tent. And be in the environment. Yeah, maybe it was just the environment.
Yeah.
No disrespect to camping trip.
No, I feel it. I feel
yeah, probably that. Don't get attached. Oh yeah, and I also want to say on that last one, take care, because nature will beat your ass. Honestly, if you're not careful, that shit will beat your ass. You'll trip over a rock. You know, fucking pine cone can fall on your head. Get stung by a bee. Nah, that's happened to me before. That shit ain't smooth.
It hurts.
Hell yeah, like a thick one.
That's never
shit
happened.
I was like, oh shit, like that shit. Yeah, nah, that shit scratched me up.
You.
Yeah, like get from under the tree. You know, yeah, anything can happen. Insects do whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah, we just got bit by ants. Like,
yeah.
Half an hour ago.
But it, you know, it builds character. Don't be a wuss.
Builds awareness too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Facts. Definitely builds awareness.
Don't be on no pussy shit. The fuck?
Yeah. Don't get attached. Nature connection is also. Oh my bad. Number 8. Don't get attached. Nature connection is sometimes profound and blissful. But try not to get attached to this outcome. We may not always have good feelings and they can't be forced. All we can do is show up with the intention to be with and allow whatever experience we are having. All that can make all the difference. Yeah. And that can make all the difference. My bad. I fucked that one up. A little dyslexic. And that can make all the difference. I kind of just like foreshadowed. But what I was saying before I mentioned that guidepost. Nature is a very blissful experience. Very, very. I enjoy myself almost every time I'm out in nature. But yeah, like Jam said not too long ago, sometimes you expect it to be just a beautiful, wonderful day like it is right now, and then you go out there and it's just it's not how you envisioned it.
Tell the people where we are.
We are at El Matador, and it's a little outside of my comfort zone, but we're here.
You look great.
Thank you.
It's out of your comfort zone because what?
It's out of my comfort zone because it's wet and cold, and when I think beach, you know, I have this blanket like we're about to sit down, but I don't think Trey expected the tide either.
I did not.
Like, look, let me show the people. This is what I wore today. This is what I have on, and it's like home. So yeah.
You look very elegant. We're gonna get some pictures of you. We're not gonna let it go to waste.
Yes.
All right.
But there's an acceptance to it that is a lesson in its own. Every time we step outside of our comfort zone, we expand our zone of comfort.
There you go.
So yeah. Try to embrace it. Like, of course, it's like know who you are, know your limits. Of course, just be intuitive. Don't force anything. But
And don't get attached to a particular outcome either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, just one day's beautiful day might be another man's not. You know, the next week you may be thinking, oh, I'm gonna feel exactly how I felt on Monday, and it was just like it just didn't hit the same, and that's okay. That shouldn't discourage you from trying again or going back out into nature again. It's just, you know, accept that day for what it was and move forward. That's all we can do. That's what we do with everything else. We accept our outcomes and we move forward. It's the same with nature. It's unpredictable. It goes by its own shit, you know? Writes its own rules. That's one of the things I fucking love about it. It's just like so expressive.
Truly.
You know? Truly. So you just gotta follow along with that expression and tune into it or not. But don't get attached either way. It is what it is. Like, just be thankful, be grateful. Number 9, stay committed. Commit to getting into nature on a regular basis and as an act of self-care. And also make a commitment to treating nature with care and respect. This is pretty, like, self-explanatory. Like, we only have one of these guys. Like, we only have one planet Earth that we are inhabiting right now. We need to respect and love it as much as we respect and love ourselves. It's an extension of us. It's an extension of love. We have to treat it unconditionally and just be one with it. Like, that chemical spills shit really did, like, hurt the heart. Like, that's crazy that we're just mistreating our planet like that. But we, as individuals, can do the little things to not, like, fuck this shit up, for lack of better words. We can be as attentive and as nurturing as it is attentive and nurturing to us. Kiss the earth that birthed you.
Number 10. Last but not least. Number 10. Sense wonder. Contemplate the miracle of everything and savor the little moments of wonder and awe. This shit is miraculous. This is some miraculous shit. This is some miraculous shit, for real. This is a miracle that it's even here, that we're here and we can appreciate it, that we can exist with it. The way, when you just marvel at it and you just watch it all, everything, I mean, life included, everything that encompasses life, but nature especially, you recognize, like, the miraculous energy that it would take to even create it. Just this one planet. We're just talking about this one planet. Matter of fact, let me even minimize it. Just this one area that we're in. There's so much. Like, I'm seeing bees do whatever they do. Like, ants are doing their thing. Like, the flowers, the expressions of nature, the way the leaves are flowing in the wind, the geometry, the symmetry of the trees, symmetry, the smell of the plants, like the blue sky, the way the clouds float, the birds flying above, they're flying, they're literally flying, you know. Beyond words, when you even take the words out of it, you recognize how miraculous it all is. Of course, we've talked about how, like, words can strip away the wonder and the awe and the magnificence of what is truly happening. But we know that. So just going beyond language, going beyond linguistics and labels, you see that this is a miraculous synergy working together. It's all harmonious. It's all in balance. It's all in communion for, like, a greater goal. But it's no goal. It's just it's a working of different aspects, different systems. It's just so beautiful. Like, of course, I'm trying to still apply words to it, but I'm just doing the human thing. But yeah, like, I'm so fascinated by it that I can't help but, you know, express it that way. But that's what it is, you know, without all the words, just coming when you're really just with yourself and you're just existing in nature, just tuning out of that and just completely tuning in to the magnificence, going beyond that, going beyond words to just witness it all. This is very much a miracle. This is very much miraculous.
What are some of your most memorable natural experiences? What's something that's just like been top of the top for you?
Top of the top.
Yeah.
I'm on the top of the beat.
I'm on the top of the building.
Smoky Mountains for the first time. You remember that?
Yeah.
Insane. I was off a weed brownie too, and I was low-key having anxiety because of the weed brownie, but I was having the most blissful experience at the same time. I didn't know how to fucking feel.
Bro, that shit, I can only equate that experience to like a psychedelic trip.
Yeah.
Literally, like descending into the mountains, looking up, there's no longer people, there's no longer cars, there's no longer, it's just pure silence, and you're surrounded by, like, you almost feel like you're vibrating in the middle of nature. Like you're just pulsing with it. Like that shit was crazy.
That's a perfect experience.
That shit was crazy.
Perfect experience.
We walked so many fucking miles. I don't even know. We walked so much.
We were lost. We were just venturing. Yeah.
That was like, yeah, that's peak.
Speak. You have one as well outside of that?
I want to say like one of the bigger experiences, but I'm trying to think of something nuanced, something like small that I won't forget. I think like those first times of like settling into like the sunset at Sweetwater, like just knowing where to go to watch it, and having a day in nature, and then just like going over there and ending the day with like the perfect sunset over the lake.
Yeah.
That shit. There's just been so many of those moments. I remember one in particular. Like I was listening to Thank You by Kilo Keish, and I had my rose quartz, and that shit was just like, bro, I'll never forget. I look at that memory a lot actually. Like when I'm just like scrolling through my gallery, I just felt in 100% harmony. I was just one, bro. Like I felt so grateful. And the song, combined with the way the light was hitting the water, combined with the immense love that I was feeling from like all of the cleansing I had cultivated from like my crystal, it just felt like it was just a complete harmonious experience. It was a complete harmonious experience. I wish I could like give that experience to everyone. I wish everybody could just like put themselves right there in that. I've seen some like beautiful things. I've experienced some amazing nature, but I really do love those little moments where you just don't expect it to all line up. You know?
Yeah. But it does.
How about you? What are some of your favorite moments that you've had in nature?
Yeah.
Share with all of us.
Please. I would love to hear your natural experiences, your most beautiful natural experiences.
And we biting. We gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we biting the swag. Like if you got some amazing shit to tell, we gonna go there. And we gonna experience it too. We wanna know. We wanna fucking know. But yeah, I think we're gonna sign out for the guidepost, man. Happy trails. Like I hope you reconnect this spring and have like just the most pleasant experience that you can have. And leading into the summer, which is like just also completely different, but we're watching nature rebloom and we're reblooming as well. And yeah, man, I hope you feel all that love. You have anything to add? That was perfect.
I want to express how we cannot evolve without our connection to nature. As a species, as a collective, as spiritual beings, we cannot evolve without our connection to nature. I've been to the city in Atlanta and see people like living in the city, living in their high rises, hopping in there like BMWs and going to work and living that every day. And I know as like a society, we aspire naturally, not all of us, but a lot of us are programmed to aspire to crave materialism and like just exist solely in that world. You know, I'm not by any means rejecting materialism. I obviously have materials. I like nice shit. But we cannot, as a collective consciousness, be completely ingrained in technology and artificial realms and artificial creations. We as a society have to have nature at the forefront of our growth and our evolution as a people, or we're not going to go far at all. You know, technology can be used as a weapon if we're not putting nature first, if we're not putting technology and materials and the artificial creations secondary. So it's very important to be connected to the soil, to have a relationship with the soil, because that's having a relationship with your soul. There's a connection between the soil and your soul. Not just like the physical, just how we think of soil physically, but just connection to earth, you know, in general, having a relationship with it. So our body is earth's body. This goes back to earth. Treat it like it's yourself, like it's your very own, and have a connection to it and regard it in your everyday. And that's that.
Bless.
Flowers coming back, it's time to spring up. Split up from the bitter with no prenup. Sometimes it feel cool to feel it low. Then I realized that I've been here once before. Few times can't lie, 2-ply, I gotta clean up. Lot of times I ain't had the words but left the beat up. Feeling like I'm gonna like a nigga, gotta speed up. Chilling like a villain, but a nigga about to heat up. All these ads got me mad, got me heated. Show up any fucking time and still get seated. All these vultures in my path, Michael Keaton. Almost had me going way beyond the deep end. I just dipped in with that bath, came for the